This your boy. So we finna get into this game right here.
It's not going to be a couple $100. No, we rented a jet ski last year up in Traverse City. I had my boat up there, and we rented a jet ski for a few hours. And even that was like $300 for a Traverse City $1,000 jet ski. You know, and basically even that was like you're paying for the use of this equipment, and then also a qualified operator. I guess you can call myself qualified. Hopefully most of the people know what they're doing. It's just not, I get, not wanting
Let's get into the game.
Everybody wants the cheapest of everything, right? But,
let's get into the game.
If you have 80,000 pounds in a ditch, leaning over, buried up to the axles, like, it takes a pretty stout piece of equipment to get that out, even a really good operator. The middle of the night in bad weather, and they expect you to come do this stuff for pennies on the dollar, and it's just not worth it. And we do say, actually, no to those types of situations. A lot of us do not. It's not worth the hassle. This one wasn't far from the shop, like I said. Honestly, I was kind of bored, so I said yes to it. And then, as soon as the state patrol called and asked if we were on our way, I was like, yep, I should have known better, so this is probably going to be more involved.
With more jackpots hitting every day, FanDuel Casino has your chance at the #1 field, which is still winning.
Yeah, I had to leave on the emergency. What's up with you, Kid Poetry?
Tonight, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington.
What system do you got?
It's AT&T Stadium. Tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the Dallas Cowboys.
What games you got?
Joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start. But I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Take it in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Time for Dak Prescott.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. You ever thought about going live on some of your games?
In 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
They start on the ground with Elliott, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. A good start, one play, 10 yards. Great beginning there under the bright lights of prime time.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in prime time is on you.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I go live on Twitch. Oh, okay.
Throwing, Prescott. He'll find Lamb, that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 105 yards.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
A first down carry by Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights,
okay.
it should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And that will be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Going to begin the drive here with Madison. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't
Yes.
think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is fielded at the 27. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
But ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Inside give to Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Prescott.
Oh, my God.
Incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Up the middle, here's Elliott.
Ooh, first down.
Gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Given 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, partner, do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott.
Got it.
He's got his man. It's Gallup.
Yes.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Shit.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Now Elliott. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1. Prescott to throw it. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Anthony Ferguson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short lead for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together. They've got a chance of coming out with a W.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. 1st down Miami.
Charles, Thursday night game.
I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? It's the freshest guys coming off the last game playing on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30. A good pickup there, 22. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Here's a give to Madison running right, and he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Go ahead and straighten out.
Now Scott. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And Hill with it over the middle. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They'll run with Scott. Then he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. That time a 9-play drive, and in the end it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it's just evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The give is to Elliott. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again to Elliott. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Prescott now. His throw left side is caught by Tolbert. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. You don't see that a ton, do you, with a quarterback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle?
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle.
Well, touchdown! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys are able to extend their lead. Garibay on for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Tua now on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Looking to throw again on second down. Tua, and that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and they'll remain 2 scores back as this holds at a 9-point advantage. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Oh, wait a minute. That's field goal range.
Second timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt.
Oh, shit. No, no.
And it
damn.
Left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And that'll keep this a 9-point game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete there to McLeod. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Tua, the final shot before half. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is a big effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. In that 1 o'clock time frame, a lot to choose from. But let's highlight the game in Philadelphia. A big one for the Eagles, as that promises to be a tight one. Good games in the late afternoon as well. One being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the LA Rams. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter.
Good kick.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
All right.
Well, it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Oh, holding.
He's trying to keep confidence up and continue.
Yeah, that's a holding. Yeah, bring it back. Oh, no.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And a Penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth, now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Looking to pass. Tua. Escaping the pressure right.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Here's second and a yard.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
Cat his ass. Hell yeah.
They overloaded that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Tua sets up to pass it. And it's incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up fourth.
Watch out for the fake.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10.
So they were facing a deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold it. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
This is Elliott. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Prescott
Burn.
down from the 50. Out right, he finds Tolbert. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21. He got 29 yards that time.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
this time to the 17.
Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Prescott. He's got it complete to Tolbert. Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it.
Oh!
The end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Damn!
Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Yeah, come on.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Tua's throws taken in by Waddle.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
All right, this is the time in the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now we give to Madison. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys
Good interception, man.
of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
And now here come the Cowboys. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Elliott. 76 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Prescott from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down at about the 33.
I knew it.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he really didn't need much to reset the chain. So when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's got Tolbert working the sideline. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And ideally down in distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They'll try again with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboys score. Ezekiel Elliott with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, that late touchdown stretching their lead a bit further here in the 4th quarter, and Charles' undefeated team once again looking sharp in this ball game.
And how about what they've done on offense? Because prior to this game, we didn't expect this offense to play as well as what we've seen in this one. They decided to jump out there and jump up with the rest of the team and help preserve their undefeated status.
An extra point up and good by Garibay. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Miami set to take over. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now here's a throw that's complete.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked it to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
That's going to be caught by Waddle. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their full band. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
They want to go at it.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. He's got the hook up to McLeod.
Hey, it is what it is. All right. What's up, peeps? Today we are at Taylor's Place in Verona, Kentucky, where they have an undefeated breakfast burrito challenge. And you know me, I love breakfast. You have breakfast too. This is called the Hillbilly Homer Burrito Challenge that contains 12 eggs, carrot sausage, a whole bunch of potatoes on the side. I think there's some gravy on there, and then 2 more eggs, so 14 eggs total. This might be like a $1,000 burrito.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
It'll be rough, but today is a very special day. It's 4th game. We have been seeing so many people buying bags of grass, and you know why? It's Easter. That's right. They are buying bags of grass and putting in baskets, and
we like to take the Miami Dolphins from the dinosaur. We had
Easter eggs. Yeah.
29.
They're buying Easter eggs and fill the basket. I get the
29 to 10. See y'all next time.
And a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception.
Thanks for fan coming in, kid portrait. Next time go around, bro. Peace.
But anyway, guys, this is an awesome